much more. She had left the chickens to fend for themselves, and they'd gotten skinny and eggs wherever the mood struck them. They vet places. She had to investigate every cranny of the yard to find the eggs, and lately she believed they had taken on a strange taste, since the hen's diet had changed from table.
Good morning. It is Monday, June 19th, and I'm starting a new vlog. It's gonna be a themed vlog. I'm so excited to tell you guys this. I'm gonna be reading like Alana Estelle this week. So you all probably already know Alana Estelle. She hasn't even been on booktube that long, it seems like. I mean, it's been over a year, I think, for sure. It's been over a year. But it just like, she still feels like it's like a new booktuber, but she's already like so established. Like, I can't imagine booktube without Alana. So I was trying not to show you this mess, but you know what? This is the best angle for the light, so you're gonna see all the mess. It's very early. I don't normally vlog this early. It's 8 a.m. But I had to make some coffee. I don't normally drink coffee or tea anymore because it really bothers my stomach. But, you know, on Alana's Instagram, she always does these beautiful aesthetic, you know, coffee drinking, tea drinking stories. And I was like, you know, it's really cold today. And I have some extra coconut milk in the fridge. Coconut milk is so creamy and delicious in coffee. If you've never tried that, highly recommend. So I put some pumpkin spice in there and some vanilla and a little bit of maple syrup, and it's just like, it is a witch's brew. It is delicious. So what I'm going to be reading this week, hopefully, I have The Idiot, but I don't have the audiobook right now. I didn't expect it to be on hold. So I'm waiting for this hold to come in. But in the meantime, I started The Priory by Dorothy Whipple last night, which I ordered for my library based on Alana's recommendation. So I've been wanting to try this for so long, and I know that Matt also was influenced by Alana to read this. So you both convinced me. I thought I need to read this. So I'm super excited to try it. I did start it last night because there's no audiobook and because it's not going to be like a fast-moving book. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish this. Probably the rest of the year. I'm not even joking. But that's okay. That's my speed. So I'm just excited to finally be starting it. So that's going to be a goal this week. Is I'm going to make a goal of maybe like 20 to 30% into the book this week. But I kind of doubt that I'll get quite that far. But anyways, the other thing that I'm also going to be enjoying this week is Cold Mountain by Charles Frazier, which is something that Alana recommended to me because I said I was interested in trying more historical fiction. And this is Civil War historical fiction, which it should be easier for me to understand than a lot of historical fiction because I'm an American, I know American history. So I'm 6% in and I'm just listening to it, and it's very listenable, which I'm excited about. So I can't really tell you much of what it's about because I'm only 6% in. But so far we're following two young people post-Civil War. One of them is a soldier who's in the hospital, and the other one is a young lady whom I just met. So can't really talk much about her yet. But I'm thinking I might check in with that book physically just so that I can follow the names and stuff like that because I don't even remember their names off the top of my head. So anyways, I'm excited to be enjoying that on audiobook. And if I get the Idiot audiobook, I will probably also work on that one on audiobook and also physically. And the other thing that I have checked out that I don't know if I will try or not, I have Kaze Hikaru Volume 2, which it's this historical manga set in Imperial Japan, which she really loves. And I think something about the art style I really didn't like. Like, look at this. Look at the girl's haircut here. Sorry, it keeps focusing on my face. Look at the girl's haircut in the bottom right of your screen, I guess. It's hard for me to tell if it's going to be flipped. I think I really like aesthetic manga. I like manga with like really like pretty art, I guess I would say. And I just don't feel like this is going to be pretty art. It's more about historical fiction, which is one of Alana's genres. She loves historical fiction. I've read like none. So this is like a historical fiction manga about a girl who infiltrates a series of samurai and tries to be trained by then. So I read volume 1 and there was nothing wrong with the story at all. Like I was enjoying it, but I just think the art style maybe I have trouble with. So we'll see if I can. It's probably historically accurate though, this hairstyle. It's probably accurate. So that's probably why the artist drew it this way. So I'm gonna see if I can really get into volume 2, because I know Alana is big into manga. She also recommended a soccer manga called Whistle, and I really want to read that one, but it's just not available through my libraries, unfortunately. So I'm not I think I checked and it wasn't available even to buy from my libraries, so that's unfortunate. But anyways, okay. Boy, my hair today. It's a hat day, we'll just say that. Okay, I'm gonna go and I will talk to you a little later in the week. 어떤 땐 12살이 한대 상담하고
미치갖게 된다니까? 네가 봤을 때
무대에 섰을 때 흔한 공허함에는 겁을 내 복잡한 감정 속에서 삶의 사선 위에서 근실이 난 모든 척을 해.
My first little baby tomatoes are popping up. Soon they're gonna be sun golds. This pretty place setting at the Thai food place. So pretty. We got some fresh rolls. Yum. And chicken satay. Oh, the sauce is really yummy. I know there's some kind of sugar in them. It's just sweet. Everybody I love. Yeah. So I was just blasting ATEEZ's new album, and then I saw these little baby deer. They're so small. They're probably like maybe 2 feet in length, I would guess. I don't know. It's hard to tell on the camera. That's why I'm giving you a guesstimate. They're so tiny. And they're so cute with their little tails and ears going. Just had to show you before they run away from ATEEZ. There's another spotted one. So cute. There's Mama. I wish that I had been recording when I started moving again, because the deer was like leaping, like just doing these giant leaping jumps, which looked crazy because it's a little baby deer. But anyways, so this was not a good week to film a reading like Alana vlog, guys, because basically it's not been much of a reading week because of ATEEZ's new album coming out. Also, books everywhere. That's my life. It's not normally clean in here. So, yeah, I have not been reading that much. I've been trying to read, but it's not really going well. So I'm listening to Cold Mountain, and that's going well, actually. That's pretty followable on audiobook. So it's actually not post-Civil War. I think it's during the Civil War, but we're following a soldier who is trying to make his way back home to his lady love, basically. And I think he just has to walk the whole way. So we're getting some of the history of how they met right now, and the descriptions are amazing. Like, okay, I should look up one of the descriptions that I found, because just listening, obviously you're not going to get necessarily all the descriptions, but this will just give you a little like example of some of the descriptions. So this is when Inman is his name. Inman. I can't help but pronounce that Koreanish because it's not a name I've ever heard before. But anyways, so he's sitting in the hospital, and he's describing his surroundings. By now he had stared at the window all through a late summer, so hot and wet that the air both day and night felt like breathing through a dish rag. So damp it caused fresh sheets to sour under him. And, get this, tiny black mushrooms to grow overnight from the limp pages of the book on his bedside table. Isn't that wild? I never would have expected that, but books are plant matter. I mean, I wouldn't have expected them to sprout mushrooms, but I guess if it's damp enough, that's wild to me. So I'm guessing that that's happened before, and that's why the author knew to describe it, because it's not a made up thing, I'm guessing. So that was just wild. So that's just an example. It's really beautiful. The writing is really beautiful. I'm really enjoying it on audio. I didn't listen to it for a couple days because I felt like I got lost, and then I was going to try and go back and read it physically, but really just reading a description of what it's about kind of got me back on track. So I'm listening again to that. And unfortunately, the audiobook of The Idiot has never come in, and it's Thursday. Did I say that? It's Thursday, June 22nd. So I'm really bummed because that was like probably the thing I was most excited to read. And of course I'm excited about the Priory as well, but that's just going to be like more of a long-term thing for me. So far the Priory is funny too though. Okay, let me read you a little bit of the Priory now while I'm at it. So the descriptions, let's see. So the author was describing a character who really thinks that her own paintings are like the bee's knees, and they're really not. Like, they're not good paintings. So, yeah. Okay, she's kind of poking, the author, Dorothy Whipple, is poking fun at this character. She painted in oils, not mildly, as befitted a maiden of 53 years, but boldly and badly. In her pictures there was neither background nor foreground. Everything was presented on the same hard plane with no details missed. Her landscapes were composite. She put in or left out whatever she fancied, such as trees without shadows and shadows without trees, smoke blowing one way and washing on the line another, so that the beholder was filled with irritation and spent much longer than he wished in trying to find out exactly what was the matter. Yeah, and it goes on. It's just hilarious. So I'm really enjoying this. It's just going to be slow because I don't have an audiobook is mainly why, or an ebook to read to me. Oh my gosh, no matter where I show you, it's just a mess. This is not an aesthetic vlog. Sorry, Alana. Alana is always so aesthetic. Like, this is not doing her justice. By the way, y'all, if you haven't all followed the booktubers that I do reading like, please go follow them all. You probably already do. I'm guessing that you already follow, Alana and Jenny and Kate. If you don't, what are you doing with your life? Go follow them. The other thing that I have, I still also have Cloud Cuckooland, but again, I've been reading a little bit, but mostly I've been studying Korean. And that's just how it's been. Because when AT's album came out, I went like nosedive straight back into K-pop, which I haven't been listening to as much for a little while. But anytime there's an AT's comeback, it's gonna get me going. So I've just been watching Bouncy and editing fan edits and stuff like that, like nonstop. So, but I did read a bunch of Monster Volume 3 last night. And I know that my buddy reader, Kellyanne Mitchell, is already finished with this. But I read some last night, and it just gets better and better, guys. This is so good. I mean, The Apothecary Diaries is like really light and funny, and this is the exact opposite. So I don't feel like I can compare them. This one's a thriller. That one's like a cozy mystery manga, and this one's like a thriller, a psychological thriller manga. This is so good, guys. So, anyways, that's mainly what's going on here. So tomorrow I will be going to Santa Rosa with Kevin, and we will be getting my physical therapy done. So I'm not sure what we're gonna eat yet, but I'll probably vlog that, and hopefully I'll have read a little bit more of the Priory or something. My watch class, although it started last week, it was mostly an introductory class last week. So this morning I started my watch class of Hello Jadu, and it's so cute, guys. It's so funny. So I do recommend Hello Jadu if you're interested in Korean animation. It's a fun show, especially for like new language learners, but like I feel like I didn't realize it was mainly for language learners when I first watched it because it was so entertaining. I just thought it was like a children's show, and I was like, this is adorable. But it's spoken in like casual Korean, so you won't find imnida and 합니다. It's not going to sound very like the professional type Korean speaking. It's all casual endings because that's how children are taught to speak Korean. Until they, except for speaking to their elders, they try to tell them, add yo to the end of your sentences. Yo is the politeness maker. Anyways, okay, that's probably enough rambling. But I have to talk about something in this vlog. Okay, I will hopefully update you a little bit later with actual reading updates. Okay, bye. Oh, and I saw the first K-Trope on TBR today come up, other than mine. I will link it down below. I already shared it. Oh, who was it? Oh no, I just met this person. She's a wonderful lady. And no, she's not coming to mind. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to put her down below. A really fun TBR. Her enthusiasm is like contagious. If you want to be involved in K-Trope but you don't know where to start, go watch that video. Like, she has so many recommendations of Korean things, like not necessarily recommendations, but things that she's heard of and is interested in that I have not heard of and I'm interested in. So yeah, definitely recommended down below. Okay, that's it for now. Bye. Hello there, guys. My mother-in-law Nancy and I are making gyoza today, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that quite right, but I'm just checking if I have just one wrapping or not. Okay, I think it's just one. So I filmed this with my mom a while ago, but then I didn't end up using that. I didn't end up making that vlog, so we're doing it today. So you put like a teaspoon of filling, whatever, you can put pretty much whatever you want for the filling, but I used like a pound of beef, 3 carrots, 3 Nancy finished one. Sorry. With 3 green onions, some like a bunch of cloves of garlic and ginger, and they use cabbage and mushrooms, but today I didn't have all of that, so I just did some kimchi that I had left in the fridge, leftover kimchi, and carrots. And then you put in like some soy sauce and Japanese wine. So basically you just pleat it in one direction. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Mine are not very neat. It takes a couple to kind of bring it back. Eventually it comes back how to do it, but this is the finished product. There it is. I'll show you the pan a little bit later. And here are the ones that are frozen. We just froze some so we can put them in a bag. Yes, it's so beautiful. And we have some filling left over for lunch. Ooh, it smells so good. I don't remember the last time I had Spam. Let's try it out. It's like super crispy. Ooh, it's like lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's yummy. This is so good. It tastes like lemonade. It's like a lemon something. It's a lemon something tea with pomegranate boba. And it tastes like what I wanted Calypso to taste like. I did get sick of the Spam though. It's just a little bit too oily and canned flavored, I guess. I've never actually eaten and liked Spam before, but I was watching Nutrition by Kylie, which is a TikToker who does some really, she's a nutritionist, but she's like so reasonable about the way that she eats. It's like really easy recipes. I think she has like ADHD or something, ADD or ADHD. And so everything she does on there is like easy but still healthy, and a lot of times really yummy. And she's of Hawaiian descent, and she's like, ever since I moved to the mainland, I miss spam, so I just eat it once in a while. And so she was eating it in different TikToks, and I was like, I want to try spam again. So that was a fun adventure. Look at the boba, they're so pretty. Kev got some pizza from Mary's Pizza Shack for lunch, and I think I'm gonna have a piece. It's so like, it's a super floppy pizza. Alright, so got my minestrone. We're headed home. So it's 2:14, so we'll get home 3:45. So I need to study at 4. And then I have K-drama with Tiffany at 5. So yay. That's the plans for the rest of the night. Tiffany is doing a weekend reading page challenge on her Patreon. So I'm gonna be working on The Idiot, which, by the way, I'm loving so much. I'm like probably only 30 pages in, but it's so funny and very like incisive. I feel like it's like very correct in its observations of life at Harvard. Not that I know anything about life at Harvard, but just the way she describes people and how I'll give you some examples later, but I'm loving The Idiot. It's everything that I hoped it would be. Maybe I should tell you what The Idiot's actually about. So it's following a character named Celine, who is from a Turkish family, and she speaks Turkish. I don't remember if she is born in America or if she's an immigrant. I'm not sure, but regardless, she's at Harvard, and I know that it's at the advent of email. So is that like the 90s, or is that, I guess, I don't know when was the internet invented. I can't remember. I just know it was around ever since I can remember. But so she's like confused about what email is. She's like, I thought it would be like a fax machine, but no, apparently it's something that some computers, which look the same as other computers, can do, and some computers can't do. So she's trying to like visualize it, which is how we all are when there's like a new technology coming out. It's just cute. And yeah, basically she's describing the people she meets and the classes she's in, and just the funny way academia can be. But it's not like, it's just funny. It's not like unappreciative or looking down on anybody. But like, for example, one of her roommates, her college roommates, tells her, I contributed a mini fridge, so I need you to go get a poster, like a psychedelic poster. And she's like, what if I can't find one like that? Then her roommate says, well, then get one of Albert Einstein. So she gets this poster of Albert Einstein, hangs it up in their dorm, and then everybody who visits the dorm takes the opportunity to tell her how Albert Einstein was not all he's cracked up to be, how he like beat his wife, and I don't know, it's just like a bunch of stuff about Albert Einstein that like takes the shiny veneer off of him. And then she's like dealing with like, so is it stupid of me to like think he's the best still, or is it stupid of them to look at all of his flaws and say that makes him less good? Like, these are like good questions, stuff that you really think about when you're in college. And I guess just that type of person, that's the kind of stuff I think about all the time too. Can I still like idolize this person even though they have so many flaws? But yeah, loving it. It's so good. She's also taking a Russian class where she's learning Russian, which helps. That always makes me a fan. So yeah, I'm really loving it so much. We stopped and grabbed some strawberries from a roadside stand. I have to try one. And they were only $6 for like both of them. Why are roadside berries the best berries? I guess maybe they're not picked while they're still green and trying to ripen in a fridge. Regardless, they're delicious.
Often it's like, you know, people are watching and enjoying it, and Christy, I'm sure this is the same for you.
The cows. Happy cows. We are Ed is making us some fried fish. Fish fries are like my favorite thing. Alright, we are at the library. He's dropping off Monster Volume 3 and picking up Witch Hat Atelier Volume 6, I think. I didn't finish Monster Volume 3. Somebody else is going through the series at the same time as I am, because I think there's only one volume in our whole system that we can order and use. So there's somebody else reading through it all with me at the same time. Maybe because it's on Netflix. I don't know. Regardless, Monster Guys is so good. Like, the morality stuff is so interesting. Like, we're following the surgeon around who's trying to stop these serial murderers, and we're meeting all these characters from his past, and I don't know, it's just every conversation there's like an interesting line about morality that's like, that is fascinating. So he meets this older couple who are like, oh yeah, this is such a nice guy, and the man was a detective, but he lost his instinct for telling if somebody was, he said, I used to be able to tell if somebody was guilty or innocent just by looking at them. And then his son committed murder, and he could not tell that his son was a murderer. And so that's when he retired the force. And so he meets this guy, our main character Tenma, who is accused of some of the murders that his patient committed. And that's partly why he's on the road, I think, is he wants to stop the murders and also find out why they're happening. And but also he's now on the run from the police. And so this guy is like, I could tell that this guy was not a serial murderer. I knew that he was wanted because I saw the doctor's wanted posters, but I could tell that he was not guilty. And he's as far as his son goes, he says he is guilty, but he's not evil. And so that's why he felt okay about it. He was going to visit his son. So it's just like, yes, people are not evil usually. A lot of times, even guilty people, they're not evil. We're all mixes. Fascinating. Hi! That's our friend Dorothy.
We have a chance. Can I get one more of these?
Okay, I'll try it. What is it?
It can give you kind of a frost.
Whoa. It tastes very. I think I got a lot of the eggs.
You got a lot of the salt.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. Happy anniversary.
Yes. Chimichanga and an enchilada for Mama. I got 2 carnitas enchiladas, and Kevin got the burrito of all burritos.
We've been busy, I'll tell you. I'll be glad when this is over.
It's a journey.
Their sauce is the best. Hey guys, it is now Sunday, June 25th, so I'm gonna bring this vlog to a close. And I would say, even though this wasn't like the best reading month I've ever had, reading week that I've ever had, I went pretty slowly this week because of the AT's comeback, and I just wasn't super focused. I think it was still a good week because I really enjoyed everything that I was reading that Alana recommended to me. So yay for that. I am officially 26% through Cold Mountain. So I know that's not super far, but I am really enjoying it. Again, I think it's good for audio, which is really helpful right now. And I could also be just listening to The Idiot by Elif Batuman, but I really want to physically read it because I'm just enjoying it so much. So those are really the two main things that I worked on a lot for Alana's vlog. I really do want to get to the Priory as well, but I think that's going to have to come when I have a little bit better focus, maybe a little less going on. But still, I'm really glad that I finally started The Idiot and Cold Mountain because I've been wanting to read those for a really long time. So, and it's good to know kind of what the Priory is going to be like, what kind of a book it's going to be like for me. Sometimes starting is just the hardest thing for me. So really, that's what's the fun thing about these vlogs for me is sometimes it's finishing books, sometimes it's starting books, but regardless, it's really going in directions that I'm interested in going in, but I just need a little push to get there. So thank you so much to Alana for these recommendations. They're perfectly attuned to me. Thank you. I think maybe Civil War. So the Cold Mountain is about the Civil War. I think probably I'm not super interested in the Civil War as like a time period anymore. I think it's something that maybe in the past I was more interested in, but Alana recommended it to me because I read the Elodie Harper first two books of the trilogy, and I'm eagerly awaiting the third, which are historical fiction, and I loved them so much that she was like, "Are you considering reading more historical fiction?" And I was like, "Why, yes!" So she said, try Cold Mountain. It's really beautifully written, and she's totally right about that. So I think, honestly, ancient history is going to be maybe something that's more interesting, a better way for me to go with historical fiction. I think ancient history is just always so interesting to me. So, but regardless, it was a great recommendation, and I can't wait to read more books like Alana all the time. I'm always reading like my friends anyways, but these vlogs are really fun just to kind of focus on a specific friend for a week. I do have more ideas for who I want to do next. Yeah, stay tuned. The next month or so is going to be about K-Tripathon, but I do have plans for post K-Tripathon. Alrighty, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, and let me know down below what you really enjoyed this week. I really want to hear from you guys all this. I am always really curious by the end of the week, what new things has everybody been reading? And sometimes it takes me a bit to get to comments, but I really appreciate your comments because I just love interacting with you guys. I've just been really busy preparing for K-Tripathon, so please don't think I'm ignoring comments or anything. I always love to hear from you guys. So anyways, okay, I'll talk to you in the comments soon. Okay.